Hello friends, this is Sundareshan, your compliance guru. Last video we saw what board meetings are all about, and are board meetings the only solution where decision making is done by companies? No. There are two other ways in which decisions are taken. One is video conferencing meetings, and the other is resolutions passed by circulation. So, what we will see is video conferencing and how easy or how difficult it is to conduct a video conferencing meeting. Trust me, it is very easy to conduct a board meeting, but it is very tough to do a video conferencing. This is what most professionals believed prior to COVID. But after COVID, do we have a choice? No. 100% of the companies, if they want to do a board meeting, have to go under video conferencing so that they do not get into a non-compliance mode. So what is this video conferencing all about? It is very simple. The law says either a video conferencing gadget has to be used or other audio visual means or methods can be adopted. So I will not get into the details of how to use, what to use, because that's a different topic altogether. But the nuances around this video conferencing is what you need to know, which is the notice. Now, every notice of a video conferencing has to ensure that there is a link. What is this link? Link for the directors to log in. 2. Every notice for a video conferencing has to clearly state that it is a video conferencing meeting. And most important of all is the venue for a video conferencing meeting. Of course, not much has been stated in the law, but in the Secretarial Standard 1, it is made very clear that the venue shall be the place where the meeting gets recorded, which means the popular question for a VC is, should these meetings get recorded? Yes, it has to get recorded. Who can record these meetings? The onus is on the chairperson or the company secretary. Of course, today if you are going to have a VC meeting through a VPN, then the company records the meetings through its servers. But the underlying factors, should video conferencing meetings be recorded? The answer is yes. Next, there are some stringent rules and regulations for a VC meeting. There cannot be a third person or even a second person entering your room when the meeting is going on. It can invalidate the meeting. There cannot be any disruptions during the meeting, either electronic or otherwise. And most important is there has to be a roll call which has to be taken at the beginning and at the end of the meeting. So A VC brings a more disciplined approach to a board meeting where there are not too many discussions otherwise than on the agenda which gets discussed. That is one of the advantages of a VC. Now, the other thing is whether quorum has to be present, a minimum number of directors has to be present in a particular place. Yes, only for certain items which is more to do with the financial results approval and the board's report approval, there was a requirement. But that has also got eased for this financial year on account of COVID. So, the quorum is a requirement. Now, everybody who logs on to this particular link are counted for the purpose of quorum, which means the director who makes a roll call in the beginning and in the end will be counted as present. In this case, of course, there is no question of an attendance register because everything gets recorded. And the most important issue as far as the video conferencing is concerned is the minutes of the meeting. The minutes of the meeting has to clearly bring out the fact regarding the roll calls at the beginning of the meeting and at the end of the meeting. It has to bring out the fact, the time when the meeting started and the time when the meeting ended. So, if you are ready for all of these nuances or nitty-gritties when you conduct a video conferencing meeting, then I think video conferencing is here to stay, and it is the most convenient way of conducting board meetings in future. Stay tuned, stay compliant, stay connected, and stay safe. See you soon.